Good morning, gentlemen. It's time for another shaving video. This time I'm going to talk about shaving daily with a double-edged safety razor, much like this one, which I've used in another video, the 1960 Fat Boy adjustable. I shave every day because if I don't, then I feel all gross, and I've got a thick enough beard that it grows back by the end of the day I've already shaved. So the next morning I always shave. But I used to shave with the old Gillette Mach 3, and then just as a lark, I was sent this to review. This is the Pace. It's got like 5 blades on the front. You see that? And then like a trimmer on the back. And then about a year and a half ago, I started using shaving with safety razors. This is the Butterfly Fat Boy, as you're probably aware of, with the one single razor blade in it. And I started doing that, and I also got into watching a lot of YouTube videos of wet shavers. I never used an electric razor, so I've always been a wet shaver. I didn't even know it was called wet shaving. I thought that was just shaving. You just shave, and of course you use water, it's wet. But I guess a lot of guys today use electric razors, but I never did. So I started watching these wet shavers, and they got super into using these, the soaps and the bowls, and they had like 20 different ones on little racks behind them, and they had all these different brushes. They had sable and boar and super fine and extra fine and super duper crazy fine. And I didn't like using brushes at first because it kind of felt weird, and I wasn't used to that. I was just used to using this barbasol. I've used this for years and years and years. I think it's still less than $1 now, maybe a little bit over $1. I bought this one at Walgreens, so it was slightly over $1. But if you go to a grocery store, it'd be cheaper. Use this one or the red one. I usually use the red one, but I think when I bought it at Walgreens, they only had this one. And I needed it in a pinch. But if you're going to shave every day, you don't always have time to luxuriate with the bowl and all of your creams and your different sprays and your unguents and your whatever. You just want to shave it. You just want to get it over with. But you want to use your safety razor. And so that's what I do. I use my safety razor, and I use this. And it works great. It doesn't give me as close a shave as if I do 3 passes with the brush and the soap and the Pro Rosso and the whatever else. All those products are great. And if you have time to luxuriate and have your shave that way, do it. I recommend it because it'll actually make shaving fun. It's made shaving more enjoyable for me. But on a daily basis, if you just need to shave and get out the door quick, this is what we're going to do. That's what I'm going to do today, using my 1960 Fat Boy. I want to show this one off too. I also bought this one at an antique store. It's a 1958. And I think it's the executive model. That's why it's gold. Fancy gold. But it's also the Fat Boy. And man, this thing's in perfect shape. It looked like no one ever shaved with it. This one looks like it's been shaved with a bit, but mostly by me. So here we go. Just, I've already taken a shower. That's what everyone says. Take a shower if you can in the morning. I always take a shower in the morning. I always have. It's just the way it is. I don't take showers at night before because then my hair will be all messed up. So I've taken a shower, so my beard has been softened. But when I get out of the shower, I put some more water on my face, some hot water. And in this case, we're going to use the old barbasol. I'm not going to use a ton, just like that much. And I'm going to put it on. Don't mind me when I look in the mirror over here. Of course, the barbasol is a thicker foam, and it kind of dries your skin out a tiny bit, but that's why you use aftershave lotion. Gentlemen, use that. If you haven't been using it already, do your skin a favor and use aftershave lotion with no alcohol in it. I like that kind. It's the Everyman Jack. You can buy anywhere. It's like $5. It's mint scented. Signature mint. You can buy at Target, I know. But then you can buy everything at Target, can't you? So we're going to load up. I'm using these Persona blades. I actually got these off Amazon. You can buy like a pack of 100 blades for like $15 and they'll last you forever. I'm going to put the blade right there. And it's important to, when you're using a Fat Boy, to adjust the number, your aggressiveness of your shave to what you want before you close down the top. So I always do it at an 8. That's pretty aggressive, but then I like aggressive shaves. Okay, got the barbasol on. I'm wetting the razor, and I just go down first. Now with the barbasol, it clogs the razor a little bit quicker, so I usually do one and then I flip it around, see how this, and then I wash it out. You don't have to do that with the multi-blade razors, like the Mach 3 or the Pace 6 or the Gillette 19 or whatever they're selling these days, because they don't clog up as easily. But when I'm using my safety razor with the barbasol, because the barbasol is thicker than when I use the shaving soap and a brush, it clogs up a little bit quicker. So to make sure I get a little closer shave, I usually do one down and then I flip it and then do another down. Not every time, but for the longer parts of my face, like my cheeks, when I get to my mustache, I'll just go down. And like everyone says, when you're using a safety razor, if you've never used one, don't press real hard or else you get razor burn. Just let the weight of the razor do the work. And to further avoid razor burn, you don't want to go over one spot too many times, because that'll aggravate your skin. And generally I don't get nicks or cuts with the safety razor, unless like I've got like a zit or some other bump on my skin that's popped up from who knows where. But if you're careful, you shouldn't get too many nicks or cuts with the safety razor. Go lightly. I remember when I was a kid and I came across, it must have been my grandpa's safety razor. I didn't know what it was or how to use it, and the blade just sitting in there always kind of freaked me out a little bit. I was like, ooh, I'm going to cut my fingers. And I never really learned about shaving with a safety razor until, like I said, about a year and a half, 2 years ago. Okay, so there's the first pass. You know, it's not baby smooth, but if you're really in a hurry, that's good enough. It took all the stubble off. You know, if you go like this or rub against the grain, you're going to feel it. But just for, you know, say you're in a hotel or conference or something, you got to get out quick. You've got a one-night stand, you need to get out of there. Why are you shaving? Why did you bring your razor to the one-night stand? Okay, so put some more water on my face, and we're only going to do 2 passes. This will be the catch-all pass. Put some more barbasol on there. Lather back up. You don't have to do the second lather, like I said. If you just want to get in and out quick, you can be done and on with your day with the one pass of the safety razor. But I'm going to try to get a little bit closer. A little bit closer shave. Now with the second one, I'm going to go across the grain, not against. Now a lot of guys get real aggravated. Their skin gets aggravated if they go against the grain. But I don't get too aggravated, so I go across. You got to learn which way the hair is growing on your face and on your neck, because it tends to grow in weird directions that you'll find out once you start shaving. And then I go a little bit up, because that kind of gets clear as my cheeks, so they're smoother right there. Go across. See how it's leaving this white? That's because of the thickness of the barbasol. Usually when I'm shaving with my shaving soaps, it doesn't leave any of those white tracks behind the razor. So I'll just go back and get it again. And then go up against the grain right here, because I know that's the way it grows. Take care of that. And I'll tend to go in some slightly different directions for the second pass to get the hair that didn't get got the first time. And I'll go crossways on my lower lip here. You kind of contort your face and your skin to kind of tighten the skin out, to get the hair to kind of pop out a little bit and help you cut it off. And I'll go one more time up. Up. And then, even though the fat boy's got a real fat razor head, you can still get under your nostrils if you kind of flare your nostrils out and get the corner in there. There you go. And then you don't have those little stickies. I got a little nick right there. That's alright. Now, for the second pass, I'm going to go against the grain up on my neck, because it doesn't bother me too much and give me a little bit closer shave. Real light still. And my neck hair, the hair that grows on my neck, tends to grow in lots of different directions, so I gotta go back and do all these crazy angles. And this part of my jaw right here, there's always like hair that I have to go back and like do an X, marks the spot, and a sideways, and a down. Just gotta try to get the angle right of the razor to get it cut. Get it to cut all the hair off. Your beard. You are almost done. Rinse a little bit. And then I kind of feel around. Cheeks are good. Lips good. Chin is fairly good. If I rub against like this, I can feel there's a little bit right there. So I won't even put. I'm not going to put any more shaving cream on. Just put a little light pass right there, just to get that. Not too much, so I don't want to irritate my skin. That's pretty good. That'll do. That'll do, babe. That'll do. So then you just rinse your razor off, and when I'm done, I open it up, butterfly, and let it dry like that. And then you rinse with cold water so it closes up your pores and hopefully close up any of those little nicks you get on your face. Make sure you get everything on your neck, cheeks, behind your ears. You can do that if you want to. And then pat dry. And the final thing, like I said before, if you haven't been doing it in the past, which I never did until I started using a safety razor, use shaving lotion after the shave. You don't have to use much. I just use maybe, that much. And I spread it around on my hands and then smack myself in the face. And sometimes if you have a little nick, even applying the aftershave lotion like this will stop the bleeding. Nothing stings, nothing burns. I've got this one little nick that's not wanting to stop, so you can do one of two things. If you have one, you can go to any grocery store in the shaving aisle and get a styptic pencil. See that? See how long? I've had this thing for years. Use a styptic pencil, get it wet, and touch at the little nick, and it stops the bleeding magically. Kind of stings too. So if you don't want the sting or you don't have the styptic pencil, do what your dad did. You saw him do it. You saw him come out of the bathroom with about 10 of these on his face, didn't you? A piece of toilet paper right there. You walk around, people know you're a real man because you shaved with a safety razor with a razor blade in it. It's not every day that you use one of these, but you should and you can. Get yourself a safety razor. You can buy them brand new. I like using vintage ones. Here's one from 1970. Here's one from 1949. Here's one from 1918. They all still work perfectly. You just put a new blade in them and start shaving. Tons of other YouTube videos you can learn from. Geo Fatboy is great. Mantic 59 is great. A bunch of them out there. So check them out. And if you want to shave daily with one of these and one of these, you can certainly do it. You don't have to get fancy. You don't have to go out and buy 40 different soaps and a bowl and 14 brushes and all that stuff. But you can. And those are all great too because they're a lot of fun. Good night.